Well, we're finally here. We made it. 10 episodes. I'm so sad that we did because it means it's all over. But hey, 10 episodes is a short run, but it had such an impact. Wow.
This is what had happened on Lovecraft Country, episode 10, Full Circle.
Play the music. What's really good, guys? It's your boy, Spotted Menace, a.k.a. D-Man. Your man. I'm sitting here with my sister, my day one, the one who holds it down for me, my co-host, Daria. Say what's up, Daria.
What's up, Daria?
And welcome to our little recap and review for Lovecraft Country, the last one that we have for this season, if they do pick it up for another season. But before we get started, y'all know the drill. If you'd like to see this channel continue to grow and thrive, please make sure to subscribe to us. Hit the bell icon to get notifications for every video that we bring to you, ranging from movies to video games to wrestling to music to whatever we find absolutely interesting. We want to bring it just to you. Also, like any of the content that you do enjoy and comment down below because we do like to hear from you, our kaiju faithful. Now let's get it going. Lovecraft Country, 10 episodes, a short run, hour-long episodes on HBO and HBO Max. But man, this is one of the few shows that actually pulled me in to make me want to watch every single week. Usually it's hit or miss. Sometimes I can just be like, okay, well, I can miss an episode because you got a DVR or we can catch it online or binge it some other time. But like this one was a definite must see each and every Sunday or Monday morning, depending on when we were actually able to catch it due to current events. Yeah. But wow, Lovecraft Country has been absolutely spectacular, and this was just another in a long line of great episodes, in my opinion.
Yes, it was. God, this season, jeez.
Yeah, it's been a series.
Heavy.
It has been
a
series.
It's heavy.
But since this is going to be our last one, or at least for this particular time and this particular show, this is how we For right now, this is how we handle it. We give you a brief as we can make it because it's never brief, as brief a recap of what happened on this episode, filled with spoilers and Easter eggs and all that good stuff. So check the description below and also the little timestamp to be dropped down on our title card if you want to skip ahead and avoid all of the spoilers. But we give you a recap. And then right after that, you can jump right ahead to where we give you our take on the episode. Though this is going to be more about the show because this is the last episode. So we might as well, give a whole recap on the season in general.
I'm gonna put it in a universe. This is not a series; it's a season.
It's a season finale. I'm cool with that. Maybe we're gonna get ourselves like an anthology, sort of like American Horror Story. Yeah. We get some other stories, some other characters.
I just feel like it's some unfinished business.
Yeah, there's some stuff that still needs to be taken care of. But that's how we handle things right here. So if you want to go ahead and jump to the next timestamp and avoid any spoilers, we will give you that time. But for right now, we're going to have that title card drop down right here and give you the recap right about now. All right, this episode starts right after the events of the last episode. They make it back from Tulsa and they're already bringing D in. They're ready to use the book of names or use a spell, an incantation, whatever they can use to fix D in this particular situation. Yeah. The incantation that Letty uses to open the book of names, because it has been bound for generations after generation after generation as it passed through the family, leads to Letty and Tick just the book opening up, turning to the page with Tick's birthmark, on it, the same birthmark that's been passed down from generation to generation. Right. And then Letty and Tick just pass the frick out. Yeah, they passed out. They passed out, but they get transported to different worlds, but like a dreamlike state. Yeah. Letty gets sent back to Tulsa to the house where
she got the book of names from Tick's great grandmother. Yeah. And then of course Tick goes back to the plantation, or is it Artem or Artem? Artem. Goes back to Artem where he sees his
his great his ancestor. Let's
okay,
just say, we don't know. I can't remember how many greats, but it's there. But yeah.
Yeah, one of his other ancestors, and that's when she finally speaks and breaks everything down.
It's in your blood.
Yes, by letting him know that all of this magic is in your blood.
All of it is in your blood.
Yes.
It is a part of you.
What resonated with me with this first opening scene with Letty and Tick being in a different world was everything was burning.
But not burning. That's the thing.
Yeah.
The fire in all of their dreams and all of their visions has been hurting them.
Yeah.
Like it's burned Letty. It's damn near burned Tick. Almost brought the house down around him during his whole vision, and he had to run through the fire. But like throughout these, like when Letty is in Tulsa, the fire is outside the house, but it's just still cooking, but nothing is burning.
Nothing is burning.
When it goes to Tick inside Titus's manor in Ardham, everything is on fire, but nothing harms him. Nothing's actually burning, and that's a really big point when it comes down to it. Because as they're in their different areas, they get told a truth about the family lineage and about the Book of Names and magic in general.
Yes.
Tit gets told that it's all in his blood. That she had feared this thing that was inside of. So that's why they have a birthmark, because it's meant to hide them away from anybody who might detect their magic.
Yeah.
And that's one of the bigger things. And then Letty finds out that yes, the book has been bound by Hannah, which is I don't want to say slave, but Tick's ancestor who was being experimented with by Titus. Because it started off like Titus loved her and brought her in and cared for her. But like, nah, man, he didn't care about her. He just cared about, using her baby as fodder. Yeah. And that's one of the really big things. Yeah. But we find out a lot about this, but Tick's great-grandmother from Tulsa, they finally managed to converge not just Hannah, but also Tick catches up with his mother in this sort of dream-like state. It's almost like the afterlife.
Yeah,
let's just call it the afterlife.
I'm gonna say it's like a weird afterlife.
Like a limbo in a way. Or purgatory. Or something. It's some meeting point that allows them to speak to their ancestors. It almost feels like that scene in Black Panther where T'Challa is able to speak to his father.
Oh, when they eat
in a completely other plane.
Yeah, when they have that.
It feels exactly like that.
I want to say, could that be like a vision or?
Well, I wouldn't say it's a vision since they're actually conversing with these people.
You can still have a vision and converse, which is why.
I think it's more. I think it's more than a vision. Then if you're able to actually not just see them, but actually have a conversation that goes back and forth. Yeah. I think it goes beyond vision at that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if it's a vision, it's just okay, I see them, they're doing something, but I can't interact. But they're there. He meets up with his mother. His mother finally gives him some comfort in all this, because this is the first time we've seen Tick completely vulnerable.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah, one of the first times you actually see him super duper vulnerable.
I thought in one of the previous episodes he was still kind of.
No, I mean this is like straight up baby time. He's resting his head in her lap. Okay, he's holding on to her. Okay. And it's necessary.
I got you.
For his character growth.
I see what you mean by that. Yeah.
Because every other time is just every time he finds something that's an issue, he runs away or lies or withholds secrets. But this one is I'm scared. Yeah. I don't want to die, mama. And she's just saying this is what we have to do. What was the line that she said? It's but if we ain't walking toward an altar to sacrifice ourselves for something important, what is our purpose? Yeah. And that's the line that finally got him to nut up, gave you goosebumps.
I got goosebumps all over again, even though I've seen it.
But it gets him to nut up and allows them all to nut up. Nut up. Man up. I don't want to say man up, but anyway.
I just think nut up might not have been the right word either.
Regardless, we're going to move on. I don't want to make this long-winded, woman.
All right, whatever.
But they finally get around to converge with Letty, Tick, and the ancestors, and they chant from the Book of Names to bring Dee back from the brink of what Topsy and Bopsy did to her a few episodes ago.
Yes. Oh my God, Topsy and Bopsy. Jesus.
It's gone. It's done. She's back. But sadly, her arm
is still dead.
Is gone. Yeah. That arm is dead. Arm is completely dead. There's no coming back from that. But they still managed to save Letty throughout all of this. Yeah. Now they're trying to figure out the next course of action. What do they do with Christina? What do they do with the Book of Names? What do they do with magic in general? Montrose just wants them to run because, hey, they have the birthmark so that no magic can find them.
Yeah.
But Tick is like, I don't want to run. I'm done with running. This is our birthright. This is what belongs to us. So why should we run when she's the only one that's coming after us? Everybody else is dead. Like everybody else from the House of Adam or whatever is gone.
Yeah, we kind of killed them, didn't we?
We kind of killed them at the end of Jigabobo.
Yeah.
They all gone. They all gone. It's just Christina now.
Yeah.
And he's like, why should I be running away from her? But you know, they're getting ready to handle everything at this point in time, even though you know, things are getting a little hectic. But for the first time, they actually seem like they are ready to face the unknown.
Yeah, they have accepted what has happened. That's what I took from it. I think that they have accepted what has happened.
Like magic is a thing.
Yeah, magic is a thing. It's now our birthright. It is now for us. It shouldn't be taken away from us. It shouldn't be stripped from us.
Yeah.
It's already, well, no, I take that back because it's already been stripped from us, which is why the first ancestor hid the magic by making
the Book of Names. Because she was scared.
Because she was scared. And I know that made a really good point, the great grandmother, when she said,
Hannah or the Tulsa?
Tulsa.
Okay.
Yeah, when she made, because you remember that line she made when she said, "Don't do what she did. Don't be afraid. You must take this head on." And I'm thinking at this point, that's exactly what they do.
Okay. Yeah, because that's basically what happens.
Yeah.
They take the elevator, they go down to Titus's vault, and they prepare to summon not just their ancestors, but Titus makes his first appearance, and frick Titus.
And you were right about the elevator being a trick, because remember we were trying to figure out that elevator?
Yeah, because like the elevator...
The Chicago house. Yes.
Yes, it still makes it go to Boston, despite it going all the way down. So how did it happen? It's like a portal.
Yeah,
it's just like a portal. Yeah. But they summon Titus, they summon their ancestors, and we think, okay, so they're just going to have a conversation with Titus. They're just going to figure out what's going on. They're trying to freaking kill this dude.
Yeah.
And he deserves it.
Yeah.
Dropping N-bombs like an asshole.
Yeah. I mean, like, just left and right N-bombs.
Just like, left and right.
There's N-bomb, and I'm just like, yeah, when do you die? Can I kill you now?
Titus, however, is very formidable. He's tossing Tick aside. He's throwing away. He's like, no, get the frick out of here. I've been magic my whole life. And y'all is doing little baby spells.
Yeah.
He teleports in front of Christine, who happens to be driving at the time. So she ends up accidentally crashing her car because, I mean, hey, there's a dude that just shows up in front of you.
But when you crash,
you're going to veer off.
Yeah. I think what threw me off was she just like clearly flew across that.
There were seatbelts at this time.
Jesus Christ.
There were seatbelts were a thing, but she still flings her ass through the windshield. But she's fine.
Went far. Yeah, of course we know because she got her ass beat like Emmett Till. So yeah, we know that.
Yeah, but Titus is there. He's like, those N-words have the book, and he gets janked back because they're prepared now. They got everybody around. And they're sitting here chanting spells, throwing everything at them.
They're speaking the language of Adam. I think is what it's called.
The language of Adam. They're handling their business. Tick manages to finally take down Titus. Stabs him and cuts him open. I think he took a piece of his heart.
I don't know what he took out.
But he did something.
Something came out of
He cut something out of Titus, whether it's his heart or it was an enchantment or something. He cut something out of Titus, and that's how they end that. Yeah, but like it's imperatively important. But while they're doing that, Hippolyta and Dee are having their own little moment. Yeah. Hippolyta with her blue hair, chilling.
I know, looking good with the blue hair.
Chilling with the blue hair. It's really good look on her.
It is.
I hope to see a lot of Hippolyta cosplays once all of this is gone.
All of this.
But Hippolyta is trying to, get her relationship back with Dee, but Dee's still pissed because she says, you left me. And Hippolyta's like, I went on adventures. I wanted to be the person that you wanted me to be. And it's like, I don't care about that. I don't care what you would have done if you knew that there was an issue. You weren't here. And that's the most important thing that I needed from you. Yeah. To be here. Not to be the hero, to be here.
Yeah, we actually get to see Dee's anger go somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere.
Yes, it goes somewhere. Because she's lost her dad. Her mom took off. She didn't know if her mom was dead or gone.
Her best friend is murdered.
Her best friend was murdered. And now she's being chased by the Bobsy and Topsy twins.
Well, not anymore, but she was.
Well, she was.
Yeah.
And they did something to her to now she has lost an arm. And she was into this state as in she was going to become a Bobsy or Topsy twins.
Oh, just straight up die.
Yeah. Or die.
Let's say straight up die.
Yeah. So now we finally get to see this anger and we get to see it in a way to where she's able to direct it to her mom and let her know, like, hey, yeah, you left me. I'm really not sure we really need to have a conversation. I'm pretty much just over it by now.
She literally ends the conversation with everything's Jake, and I want to bring that back. That needs to come back. I love that line. But everything is done now.
Yeah.
They're done in Titus's vault. They're done with we're done with Dee. Now they're trying to have a plan to stop Christina. But since Titus showed up in front of her and lets everybody know, hey, they got the book of names, she shows up and is like, okay, here's the deal. Here's what's gonna happen. All right. Since you have the book of names, what you can do is you can give me the book of names. You ain't gotta die. Pretty simple. But again, Titus. Tick is like, no, this is our birthright. I'm not gonna give you something that belongs to me. This is just as much mine as it is yours. Yeah. I'm not gonna just give it to you and be done. Because she was like, I'll leave your family alone. He's like, no, we're not gonna do that. So she's like, all right, bet. She walks out, but when she walks out, she yanks back. Yeah. So basically that T.I. gift.
Yeah.
Future D, put up the T.I. gift.
Yeah.
Yanks
back that
yanks
spell.
The freaking protection spell on Letty.
Yeah, she took back the invulnerability that she had given Letty.
And just dipped out.
And just
straight up dipped out.
Yep.
At this point, the gang is already set to go ahead. Because you know, this episode moved by at a quick clip. So they're heading back to Letty's house, the big manor that they basically have, the halfway house, you should say. But like at this point in time, I love the scene that they made sure to show that black folk is moving into the north side of Chicago.
The north side of Chicago.
Picking up that soul
What's
sign.
Up?
Waving like, yo, hey, fellows.
You need some sugar? You need some sugar? Just come on across the street.
They neighbors now. But now they're getting prepared to make their final stand because Tick calls up Gia, who was at a hotel, the Drake Hotel.
The Drake Hotel. Wait, is there really a Drake Hotel in Chicago?
Well, you're gonna have to look it up. You got your phone. Why you?
I'm asking you.
Yeah. While you do that, I'm gonna keep this going. Now Gia is just sitting there at the bar. Some guy, is trying to hit on her. Is like, "Are you Japanese?" And she's like, I love this. Again, I love some of these lines. Would you be willing to die to fuck me? And that's all it takes for him to be like, I'm out. And she is so freaking relieved.
Yes, it's actually, I'm sorry to interrupt,
but
yes. Yeah, it is. It's not the Drake Hotel, it's called the Drake.
Oh, the Drake.
It's called the Drake. And yes, it is. It is in
actual
Chicago.
Hotel. Okay.
Yeah, it's an actual hotel in Chicago. Okay, I just want to know.
No, I'm cool with that. But Tick finally shows up. He sits down, and he finally also admits that what they had was real. He apologized for how he spoke to Gia a few episodes ago, where he was like, "None of this is real. You need to get out of my life." Apparently, Gia decided to stick around. But remember that the final episode, the last episode, where it was Meet Me in Kaiju, where her and her mother was meeting up with the shaman. So we got confirmation that her mother sacrificed herself so that Gia can get some clarity for what she's supposed to be doing. In the future with Tick's death.
Right.
She actually says, like, my mother died, and I felt that was the one time that she did something to me like a mother. But like now I lost a part of that and I don't feel that kind of emotion. And Tick is like, no, you're just grieving. That's what happens.
Yeah,
like,
you
lose somebody
is.
so close to you, you lose a part of you.
Yeah.
But like now we're family. And that's the emotion that Tick and Gia have with each other. It's not so much a romantic entanglement as it is a more familial tie between them, because they are bathed in the same kind of struggle that each of them has. Yeah. Now, Gia said that there's nothing that she can do, and Tick doesn't agree with that. He's like, okay, we can handle this. We as long as we're together, we can handle this. And he straight up ends their little conversation with like, we can be monsters or heroes, and that resonates with Gia. And now she is all gone in
all gung ho Tick team.
So all Team Tick.
Team Tick.
All right, now Letty and Ruby at this point in time, they finally meet up at the gravesite, and that's when Letty lets Ruby know that the reason why she did not show up for her mother's funeral is because she was in prison at the time. Now,
jail, but
Well, Yeah, jail, because prison is actual.
Yeah,
But point.
Neither here nor there.
Point. But she missed the funeral.
Yeah.
And at this point in time, she's trying to tell her like I finally understand what being family actually means. And she's trying to reach out to Ruby because Ruby's the only one who has a connection with Christina who can get close to her. But Ruby's like, you know what? No, because you sound exactly like you have been, where you only want me when you want something from me.
Yeah.
And she's ready to leave, but before we get to that, she just says, you need to know one more thing. And that's it. And that's we don't know what the one thing it was. And that's the thing that's going to be on my mind.
Yeah, mine too. Although we probably might have technically gotten the answer, but saw right past it because of how fast the show was progressing. Yes. And how much information.
This might require a rewatch to figure out the one thing that
I know it will for me. I know it will for me because I know I missed a lot.
Now, you wanted to talk about this part when we cut back to Dee and she's crossing out the faces of the people who killed Emmett Till on the newspaper because it said that on the newspaper they had been acquitted of his murder.
Okay, so if you've seen the trial of Emmett Till, the guys that did it never really got any.
And the woman who lied about it is still alive.
Okay. Yeah, she is. No, you're not lying. She is. She is. But they never really got anything. So, of course, that scene really especially resonated with Dee's arm in a sling. And you just see her.
With her good
arm. Just back and forth, crossing out their face. And it's almost like, I want to say, if she was magical herself, she might have put some type of magic on them.
That would have been a nice hex.
Because I would have.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep it real.
Without a doubt, I'd have put a hex on them motherfuckers.
Yes.
Don't excuse my language. I'd have put a hex on them motherfuckers.
Yeah, like I would have had like some Quentin Tarantino with the genitalia just sliding right on off.
All right.
I'm just saying.
All right.
Everybody else is getting eaten and tore apart and ripped apart and stuff. I'm just saying.
You're not wrong.
I'm just saying. I would have did some Quentin Tarantino mess. Anyways, but what also resonated in this scene was when her mom slid that comic book.
A completely finished, professionally done comic
book
on the travels.
Floor. Yeah.
I forgot the name that she gave the character because it's up there. Orithia Blue.
Orithia Blue.
Thank you.
Which is that a real comic book? Because I really want to read that.
I don't think it is, but it should.
Okay,
it is.
Okay, side note, could you make that a comic book so I can read that? Thank you.
If it isn't already.
If it is, comment down below and let me know where I can get it. Anyways, so that artwork was pretty badass.
Now,
if you want me to be speaking.
Now, Dee asks, how did you learn to draw like that? Now, that was a big part right here because I'll let you drop the name.
Because it was done by artists who did all of the illustrations.
Yeah.
Is that what I want to say?
Yeah, all the illustrations and the
was Afua Richardson. By the way, that is a gorgeous name, Afua. Sorry, getting off topic.
Okay.
I'm getting a little girl crush on Afua. You're a furry, yay. Anyways, but what I was trying to say with that was that that also kind of lamented the relationship between Dee and Hippolyta. So it kind of
lamented.
Well, lamented is probably not the word I'm trying to say. So what, dude?
Continue.
Thank you. You know what I mean.
It
kind of maybe not fully repaired, but it got some kind of come to Jesus moment.
Yeah, a little bit.
You want to say?
Yeah, it brought them back together.
Yes, with that comic book right there.
Yeah,
and that's what I was trying to say.
Okay.
Now
at this point, Christina is struggling to find the right incantations, the purposes, everything that she needs to make this immortality spell work. And Ruby shows up because she's the only tether that Christina has because she's got nobody. William's gone. Everybody else in the House of Adam or whatever you want to call them is gone. It's just Ruby, and that's the only ally that she has. So she's telling her, it's like, yo, this is all I need to make it work. And Ruby's like, so you don't think that the spell will work? She admits, if the spell doesn't work, then I have killed off the only remaining member of my family for nothing. It's for nothing.
Yeah.
Now, during this time, as we said, Letty said something to Ruby that got her to turn around because as Christina's talking, Ruby is staring down at a vial filled with Christina's hair, a concoction of Christina's hair, blood, and nails.
I thought it was Will.
No, because she said that's what she needed to bring Will back.
Okay.
To basically not keep him alive, because he's not alive.
He's not.
He's pretty much dead. We're like, that's what she needed to mix it with to make it work.
Okay.
And that's the essence that they needed to bind Christina.
Yeah.
And after that, it's just we're done with that.
Yeah.
Now there was a little side bit where Letty and Tick basically end up getting baptized because they decided that with all this magic and demons
and monsters and stuff going about,
you need some cement. You need to cement yourself with some faith. So they're like, yo, okay, so we've had demons and monsters and shit. Let's get baptized. Yeah. Let's get a connection for ourselves on this one right here. But everybody's ready to go. They're packing up Woody, their car. Ruby shows up with a big vial of the blood and Christina's essence, and everybody is going together. I'm talking everybody. This is a road trip. We got Hippolyta, we got Dee, we got Gia, we got Ruby, we got Letty, Tick, and Montrose. Yeah. This car is packed to the gill. Now, the one real good thing about this is out of every scene in this show from episode 1 through 10, there haven't been too many good moments. Yeah. No moments that like make you smile and just like go yay and laugh and feel the humanity. Yeah. But this car scene did. Yeah, the car scene did.
With them all singing together, this car scene did. And it almost felt like the actors were just like, yeah, let's kind of get out of what we're in or get out that we're working right now. Let's just have fun with this.
Yeah, it looked like they were. Really
it looked like they were literally having fun. Even Montrose.
Yeah, everybody was getting involved.
Yeah.
Now we finally make it back to Artem because, as you said, Tick said he was going to show up because he's a man of his word. And, but the whole idea is to bind Christina and save Tick and that whole nine. He bites into whatever they cut out of Titus, and that's gross. Didn't need that. Yeah. But he finally goes up to meet Montrose. Now I have a question.
Okay.
I have one question. So they had the negatives from the Book of Adam.
Yes.
Right. I mean, the Book of Names.
Yes.
Why didn't they just go, okay, so I don't want to die.
Right.
You don't want to die.
Okay.
You don't want to kill me because you offered to take off the Book of Names and not kill me. It's just, a means to an end.
Right.
At this point. Why don't I just, find out what page the spell is on? Let me look in the appendix in the table of contents or something and find the spell and just send you those pictures so you can leave my family the frick alone. That never happens. And I really think it's because, they can't trust Christina. And I think that's one of the biggest reasons.
Yeah, okay, so here's where the Christina, the protagonist or antagonist or both.
No, both. She's straight up a villain.
She is in this episode, yes.
She's villain in all the episodes.
I know, but remember we were having an issue trying to figure out, like, you can't trust her, you can.
I said that she was a villain, but she wasn't someone who is 100% fake.
Okay.
Because she never fully lies in any of these episodes.
No, she doesn't.
She withholds information, she doesn't lie.
But she doesn't lie.
So she's like untrustworthy, but trustworthy at the same time. And but she's definitely solidly the bad guy.
She's the bad guy.
In every episode.
Yes. But with all episodes, she made her intentions very clear.
Yeah, she's very clear.
She never changed.
She has not lied once about what she wanted to do.
Like,
I want immortality. Yeah. You have to die. Let's keep it moving.
Right.
Now, Letty and Ruby are preparing the binding ritual to bind Christina, but she hears something. Ruby says something about family. She's like, I finally feel what the pull of family is like, and I understand. And it's like, that conversation that they had, Ruby was not having none of that family bullshit, that obligation bullshit. So she's like, okay. You ain't Ruby.
No, well, first she said, right. I guess that talk needed to be heard. And then she was like, wait a minute. No.
That's not the conversation we had.
That's not the conversation we had.
That ain't the conversation we had.
That is not the conversation we had. Because you weren't trying to hear me when I was trying to tell you about family.
It was something else that I told you. I don't know what it was. Something else that I told you that made you go like, I'm back on Team Tick. But Christina shows that, I am Ruby.
Yes.
And that means that Ruby is dead.
Yeah.
Ruby dead.
Damn it.
Ruby dead. So at this point in time, that's where we have a massive fight scene between Ruby Christina and Letty, between Hippolyta, Gia, and Montrose, and a whole gang of white farmer people, who work in the grounds, groundskeepers
of Arnhem.
Arnhem, just a big, massive fight. It's actually a pretty good fight. But it ends with Letty getting tossed off the freaking tower and killed.
Or so we thought.
Just dead.
Yeah.
Just straight up dead. But that's where everything, everything goes to crap. Montrose, Gia, and Hippolyta get captured. Montrose gets knocked unconscious. Tick is captured. He's hung up and sprung up. He's trying to figure out where Letty is because Christina's just showing up. It's like, you know what? I'm not going to tell you because I don't need to tell you. I got what I want. I got what I came for.
Right.
The ritual starts off and basically goes off without a hitch.
It does.
They slit.
She slit his
wrists all the way down.
Yeah.
Because it's
straight down. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah.
But he gets basically bloodlet the whole time. Dee's on the ground. That's when we find out that the vampires that have been roaming the grounds that was in episode 2. Mm-hmm. That was in episode 2.
Yeah.
They've been patrolling the grounds and eating people whenever they, show up because they ain't supposed to be there.
Yeah.
They got their own little special monster.
Oh,
that was also from the end of Jigaboo. Because that's Tick's protection spell. Yeah. And that brought that monster right around through.
Yep.
The spell keeps going. He keeps getting bloodlet. Letty's not dead.
No.
Because they have their own, because apparently there's another protection spell on her, and we find out later on what happened with that. And she is sprinting through here, and that's the last thing that Tick sees.
I am not racing against you.
Oh yeah, no.
Ever in life.
Letty is from here on out. If there is a scary movie, you have a runner like Letty. If you don't, you fail. Somebody got to. No tripping over feet and stumbling and losing legs and potholes and shit. No. You're running. You may die, but you're running.
But this is what you do in a scary movie when you're trying to get away from shit. You run like Letty.
Matter of fact, hashtag run like Letty.
Run like Letty.
Hashtag run like Letty.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's the last thing that Tick sees as he loses consciousness is Letty saying, "I love you," and he ends up dying. Christina, the spell goes through. Letty runs Christina through with a sword, but it's too late.
Yeah, because
she's got her immortality.
Immortality, yeah.
Now she's still trying to chant. She's still trying to, make the spell happen to bind her of her magic. But she's just like, bitch, what the fuck are you gonna do?
Right.
You stabbed me. You see the wound gone.
Yeah.
I'm done. Yeah, but a little storm.
She just very calmly said, "It's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work."
And then got up and walked past her like
Letty
didn't say shit.
Good job, you failed.
Yeah. Basically.
But a storm shows up because she's continuing to chant the binding incantation. Mm-hmm. They found out that they have to connect Tick's body and Christina's body. So Gia jumps into the storm, uses her tendrils to literally physically connect Tick and Christina as the chanting continues. And all of that happens while we get to see flashbacks and little bits and pieces of what didn't happen in the episode. Right. Their actual baptism, because the actual baptism wasn't in the episode, nor was Tick showing D the monster that he had summoned.
And how to tame him,
control him. Yes. Yeah. A whole bunch of little bits and pieces here and there, which you really have to. It's a blink or you miss it kind of moment.
Yeah, you have to really pay attention at that point in time, at that moment.
Yes,
because it answers a lot of questions that you might have even from previous episodes.
Yeah, with no real exposition, not a lot of dialogue. It's just like flash, 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 flash.
And it's just like, I get it now. I get it.
It's one of those situations. Now, once the flashback's in, Christina is stuck under some rubble. Yep. She's begging for help. She's trying to chant the language of Adam, but nothing is happening.
No.
Why? Letty's just walking by, book of names in hand. She's like, you can give it up. The same calm way she was like, yo, you can't kill me. Letty was like, yo, you can't cast magic.
Okay, right. So before you go for so if you ever watched The Craft, at the end when Sarah binded
I can't remember the name.
I can't remember the name. But that's when
Scary Goth Chick.
Yes. That's when she bound her powers from doing harm. Harm against other people, harm against yourself. Letty kind of did that, but she kind of did it the black way. I'm sorry to say that.
No, it is the black way.
Okay.
Because we find out that Christina's bound, but not just Christina, all the white folk in the world. No magic.
No magic.
Magic is cut off. The magic spigot is cut off.
Yeah.
I cut off your service. It's done. Insufficient funds of magic. Nothing happening. You are cut off.
Yeah.
She just straight up says magic is ours now. It's done.
It's done.
Over. It's over.
It's done.
But at the end, everything is done. Tick didn't make it because of course she's dead. It was a very emotional moment with Montrose and Tick.
It was. That was kind of hard.
But Tick left him a note basically saying, don't there is no happiness and there is no misery.
No.
There is only I forgot it's only in relative moments. So the man who has faced the world's worst grief will also face the most supreme happiness. So he's saying it's like, hey, I'm dead. You're facing this grief right now.
Yeah.
I wish you to see nothing more than supreme happiness. Right. I want you to teach my son in a way that you had not been taught, that I had not been taught. This is your second chance.
Yeah.
This is your second chance.
So what you did to me as a child, don't do to your grandson.
Yes, just because all of that grief that you felt, and this is a continuation of what happened in Rewind 1921, where he finally got a chance to actually accept all of the grief, all of the name, like actually name the death that he experienced as a kid during Black Wall Street, during that massacre. This is a continuation of that, because you finally understand how to sit in that grief and release it. I want you to do the same for me and see nothing more than that supreme happiness and live your life with that supreme happiness and help my son be raised with that supreme happiness. That's one of the best. That's one of the best
lines
of this whole thing,
of the whole series.
The show's not over though, because Christina's still trapped in the rubble. What's going to happen with her? She's begging for help. She's crying for help.
This is where Dee's badassness comes in.
Badassness comes in because she shows up. A little monster shows up with her. I loved it. I love this scene, and she's just like,
has the robotic arm. People, now questions are answered. You may finish.
Thank you, because I had a big train of thought that you just overran. But
I'm sorry. Sorry. I got excited.
So she has the metal arm.
Yeah.
And if you remember at the end of Jigabobo, where he said, somebody shoved a book in my hand and pushed me out of the portal with a metal arm. That answers it. It's D. Also, D goes like, they never learn, and they straight up never learn. The whole purpose of Christina's whole family is to use, not just Christina's whole family, the whole order is to use black bodies as a means to make magic happen. Right. To make immortality happen, to make any kind of thing happen, to keep people alive, like the police chief, using black bodies to make that work. Yeah. I almost said Horatio, the guy that used to live in the house that Christina gave to Letty. Who did all those experiments on the black people?
Oh yeah, it was Horatio, wasn't it?
It was an H something.
I thought it was Horatio. Okay,
I'm forgetting names. It's not important.
Okay,
but like everything they use, like using black bodies, and it's just like they never learn because they try to continue to use that. But anyway, Dee's just sitting there, doesn't really say much of anything, doesn't have a nice little epilogue or anything. No. She just grabs Christina's throat with her robot hand and squeezes, and it pops like a grape. And that's how the show ends. It's so cathartic. But that's what had happened on episode 10 of Lovecraft Country, Full Circle. So first of all, if you skipped ahead to this timestamp at this point in time, I want to thank you for joining us and skipping the spoilers. We're going to try to keep this as spoiler-free as possible because we're not going to just talk about episode 10. We're going to talk about our take on all 10 episodes of this particular series, which ones are our favorites, what we thought about coming out of this whole season. First of all, tell me what you thought about this whole season. Like, what really resonated with you?
Geez, what really resonated was a lot. This was a lot of information to grasp. What I liked, because originally when they were showcasing this show before it started, I thought, oh my God, okay. So we're going back to the civil rights movement. It's after World War II. We're in Chicago. We're trying to progress. Not gonna happen because we're black folk. Yeah. Okay. Then you got the white folk, and then you got monsters. So now white folk that made monsters to kill the black folk.
I mean, you're not technically not wrong, but you're not completely right.
Exactly.
You're not completely right.
Exactly. Like, I'm not, because that's not what we got.
Yes.
We actually got a series full of, yes, racism, but also you got it both ways.
You got magic.
You got magic. You got the monsters. Yes. You got mysticism. You have secrecy.
Adventure.
You have, yes. We had it all. We had it all. And that, to me, was pretty awesome.
Okay, so you love that.
Because I love, yes. I can't tell you what my favorite episode was, because I just enjoyed the series fully. So they all were my favorite episodes.
Okay.
Like, I could probably just sit here after recording this and rewatching episode 1 to 10 and still be like, oh my God.
Which one's the best one?
Right.
Okay.
And still be like, oh my God, I don't know.
Yeah, when we did our trailer drop for this show, what ended up happening was we thought this was just going to be a scary show. It turned out to be a lot more than just that. I absolutely love everything about this. It's adventure, it's intrigue, it's mysticism, as we said. There's a lot of mystique, a lot of secrecy, and it really expanded the world, because we had Gia, which said that, okay, so there's going to be monsters outside of just the American eyesight.
Yes.
With that. One of my biggest takeaways before we ended this is the fact that George Freeman, as he comes out of this, born of this, like around 1955, 1956, that's the age of our mother and father.
Yeah.
Right around there, give or take a year. D is about the age of our Uncle Heavy, our Uncle Willie Frank. So like everything right here feels like this is what our folks, our people could have. I mean, not they can't.
No. I know what you mean. Like just the lineage.
Yeah.
Of.
So like just like a younger D is looking at this and going like, man, if I read this when I was like 13 or 14, and this is what I experienced, I feel like I could be a part of that family and a part of that magical lineage and everything. And I loved everything about that. It really made me feel seen, and I absolutely love this. I love this past episode. I hope that we get some more out of this.
Oh, please give us more.
But
please.
Anyway, let us know what you thought, not just about episode 10, but about the whole season that has just occurred here on HBO Max, Lovecraft Country. Also, let us know in the comments below. But also head on over to patreon.com/HEELKAIJU, where you can get updates on the site, the store, and the channel. I want to thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for being with us. Also, let us know before we end, suggest another show for us to do this on, because we absolutely love doing this. This is fun. We get to explore more things. But anyway, catch y'all later. Thank you again. Deuces.
Bye.